Hello and welcome to the 31st Annual ArtsInspire Awards virtual ceremony. My name is Juliana Ems, and I am the Communications Manager for Leading Age Texas and the ArtsInspire Program Staff Liaison. We are so excited you are here to celebrate alongside us. The name ArtsInspire encapsulates the idea that whether one continues a lifelong passion or pursues a new craft later in life, the arts inspire ageless creativity. This program celebrates the creative contributions of aging Texans, generating recognition for both the artists and the communities in which they live. This year's contest was highly competitive, with nearly 150 pieces total submitted in both visual and written arts. The judges range from university professors to gallery owners and artists, all of whom graciously volunteered their time and expertise. I would like to take this moment to thank all who participated in this year's contest. I would also like to recognize the 2021 ArtsInspire coordinators who worked tirelessly to assist the artists in participating. Thank you for all you do. This program and ceremony would not have been possible without the support of our generous Gold Plus sponsors shown here on the screen. And now it is time to celebrate this year's winners. First, we'll begin with a very unique category, Distinguished Arts. This category welcomes entries of any medium completed by a resident aged 95 or older at the time of the artwork's completion. In third place, we have Robert Turner from Longhorn Village with English Countryside. After enrolling in a painting class at the local community college, Robert now paints frequently at his community in Austin. In second place, we have Ethel Harvey from Carencia at Barton Creek with Japanese Maple. Ethel has always worked in the arts, including stage set design, graphic design, fashion illustration, and textile design. In first place is Mary Liv Thornhill from Westminster with Where Streamlets Meander. Mary began painting at a young age, inspired by her aunt who was an artist. She continued painting throughout her life, even including teaching art in multiple states. This winning piece was inspired by her love for the mountains and streams in New Mexico and states it was a good way to spend the COVID lockdown days. Congratulations to these distinguished artists. Next is the Hard Crafts category, which features pieces crafted by carving, casting, modeling, or other shaping methods. Third place goes to Bob Nettleship from Blue Skies of Texas West with Moab. This abstract work is inspired by the unique rock formations found in the western United States. The second place winner is Walter Steffen from Carencia at Barton Creek with Pointless. About pottery, Walter says, "The magic is in the firing. It is an unpredictable process, and the finished product is never quite what was envisioned, sort of like life itself." In first place is Nan Smith from Blue Skies of Texas West with Bear Pair. Nan is a retired teacher who previously lived and worked on a Native American reservation. She has a deep appreciation for the creativity and beautiful works of art she was exposed to on the reservation. These bear pair gourd bowls are the result of creating Native American reproduction art pieces. The gourd bowls are latecomers in her creative process that includes lances, spurs, rattles, and smudge fans. Congratulations to the Hard Crafts category winners. The next category, Mixed Media, involves artworks created in any medium not included in another category, as well as artworks crafted from more than one medium. In third place is Celia Bell from Blue Skies of Texas West with Snow at the Mill. Celia says her inspiration for this painting came from her love for old buildings combined with her love for winters in Colorado. In second place, we are celebrating Ethel Harvey from Carencia at Barton Creek again with Spanish Beauty. To inspire this painting, she says she researched many photos to find just the right dancer and pose. Rounding out the category in first place is Sue Gilliam from Westminster with Squares. Sue grew up in New Zealand, and even after living in Texas for many years, she is still influenced by the beauty of the landscape and gardens of her native land. Though her art journey started with watercolor, she has since moved into acrylic painting and now mostly does collage using papers, fabrics, and found objects with lots of textures. She has entered shows and exhibited in many Austin locations, but now paints for her own pleasure and likes to donate works for charity. Congratulations to these winners. Next, we'll take a short break from the visual arts to recognize the prose winners, the first of our written arts categories. In third place is William Schluss from Westminster with John Whirler and the Zoo. William was so kind as to provide us with a clip of him reading his work. Here's a quick snippet of that.
It's been said that the second most important man in a boy's life is the first man who takes him seriously and is not his father. For me, that man was John Whirler, curator of reptiles at the San Antonio Zoo. A biography of Raymond Ditmars had sparked my interest in herpetology a few years before, and the zoo was a short bike ride from home. I started hanging around the reptile house, got acquainted, and soon I became an unofficial volunteer, helping with various chores.
Please note that the written arts pieces are available in full online. In second place, we have Margaret Young from Blue Skies of Texas West with Father's Day. Since her 30s, she has written fiction and has even had stories published in literary magazines. First place is Nan Smith, once again, from Blue Skies of Texas West, with her illustrated story, Red Axe, Navajo Shepherd. Her years of sharing books and encouraging creative writing has been the inspiration for her stories for children, including this story, which is the result of 20 years of yearly mission work on the Navajo reservation. Red Axe was a real dog who cared for the sheep. Shown is a quick collage of her illustrated story pages. Congratulations and thank you to all the prose winners for sharing their stories with us. Next is the drawing category. In third place, we have Frank White from Longhorn Village with Engineers at a Cafe in Paris. The inspiration for this piece came to be after a night in Paris with his wife, admiring the atmosphere of the cafes, artists, and tourists. In second place is Eric Lindquist from Westminster with A Good End to His Story. He says he simply could not pass this man's photo in a book without making a pen drawing of him. In first place is Mary Furrer from Juliet Fowler Christian Apartments with Sweet Pandemic Blues. Mary has always been interested in art, but didn't consider it as a serious occupation until her mid-40s. That's when she went back to school to earn her MFA and taught at several local colleges. Her favorite subjects are people, portraits, animals, anything that challenges her, she says. This drawing was of course inspired by the current COVID fashion item, the mask. Congratulations to the winners of this impressive category. Now, we'll move into the soft crafts categories, the first of which is decorative, featuring embroidery, cross-stitch, and needlepoint. In third place is Barbara Ladwig from the Buckingham with Homage to Van Gogh. Barbara says Van Gogh is her favorite artist, and she has recently been reading more about his life, watching films, and even saw his works on display in Houston recently. In second place, we have Kay Hawthorne from Longhorn Village with Floral with Butterfly, Bee, and Dragonfly. 2 years in the making, this floral piece is composed of ribbons, various types of threads, beads, sequins, and wired organza applique. Rounding out the category in first place is Carol Dickerson from Westminster with Spring Flowers. Carol's mother began teaching her how to embroider when she was in elementary school. They spent many happy hours together enjoying needlework. Spring Flowers was made during the COVID lockdown days to keep her busy and gave her something to do that she really enjoys. It took her 2 months to complete it. Congratulations to these winners. Next in soft crafts is sewing. In third place is Sue Gilliam, once again from Westminster, with Madden. This piece was inspired by nature using pieces of fabric donated by her friend Madden, hence the title. In second place, we have Elaine Nadiu from Morningside Ministries at Menger Springs with Flower Baskets. She says this quilt was especially fun to make, taking her a few months to complete. First place goes to Sandra Edzall from Army Residence Community for Sorry, Sorry Night. Sandra was born in San Antonio and raised in a family which encouraged creativity and individuality. Along the way during her life, she had many opportunities made available to pursue her interest in working with textiles, even to include owning her own one-of-a-kind apparel business. She was able to use the many beautiful fabrics of Southeast Asia while living in Singapore and Malaysia. This winning piece came to be by trying to translate the beauty of a traditional Indian sari into a Western-style fashion garment. Congratulations to the winners of the sewing category. Next, we'll move on to Masterworks, featuring reproductions of other artists' work in any medium. In third place is Rosina Vlasimski from C.C. Young with The Nymph. The painting was inspired by the Czech painter Alfonso Mucha. She feels Mucha must have loved color as much as she does. In second place, we have Karen McDonald with Copycat. After marveling at the richness of the original piece, she wanted to see if she could capture the beauty of the cat and fabric as the original artist had. In first place, we are celebrating Eric Lindquist from Westminster again for Girl with a Pearl Earring. After moving into Westminster, Eric wanted to flourish a new hobby and took up pen drawing and working with acrylics. He started working with landscapes, but also faces in color. One of these faces was Girl with a Pearl Earring, which took him about a month to finish. Congratulations to the winners of the Masterworks category. Now, we're going to take another break from the visual arts to recognize the winners of the poetry category. Our third place winner is Bill McMillan from C.C. Young with The Precious Moment Called Now. Bill completed this poem in 2021 after a year of uncertainty. He says that this poem was rounding about in his head for a while. In second place, we have Sue Min from Carencia at Barton Creek with Every Word I Whispered. Sue began writing poetry shortly before her husband's diagnosis with Parkinson's disease. Later, she found poetry to be a cherished avenue to process her feelings, and it continues to be a way for her to express her gratitude for their time together. Rounding out the category in first place is Paul Lehman from Westminster with Thanks to Our Staff at Westminster. Paul is a professional musician, teacher, and administrator. He occasionally writes short poems, usually facetious, sometimes marginally serious, he says, never profound, to recognize special individuals or occasions. This poem was intended to express appreciation to the superb staff at Westminster Retirement Community who were doing an extraordinary job under the extraordinary difficult circumstances imposed by the pandemic. We're lucky enough to have Paul here virtually to read his poem for us.
This is called Thanks to Our Staff at Westminster. There's a merciless virus at large in the land, and it strikes with a cruel and malevolent hand. But in Westminster's care, we've no cause to despair, for we know that its ravages we can withstand. The reason we're confident we will survive, and not only that, but we'll prosper and thrive, is that we've a great staff working on our behalf, and to keep us protected, they valiantly strive. We call them associates, view them as friends. We know that on them our well-being depends. They serve us each day without fuss or delay, and we treasure the effort that each one extends. An associate's feelings one cannot surmise when hidden behind an obscuring disguise. They perform every task with their faces all masked, but somehow they manage to smile with their eyes. A pool and a fitness room, library too, defend us from lacking for something to do. Our own TV station provides education. Our clinic ensures that our ills will be few. As our leader, Chuck gives us an update each week. He provides the advice and the wisdom we seek. There's a joke or a pun or what passes for one, but we know we should listen when he's set to speak. Whatever the level of care we enjoy, Our comfort derives from the folks we employ. They bring us our meals, they assuage our ordeals, and bad, evil microbes they're quick to destroy. But alas, there are also those staff we don't see, for they labor off stage and anonymously. Still, we know they are there and we're safe in their care, though to us each remains an unsung VIP. Someday when this present contagion has passed, someday when we're back to near normal at last, we'll relax and recall how our staff, one and all, were outstandingly helpful and kind and steadfast.
Thank you, Paul. Congratulations to these inspiring poets. We're now going to recognize this year's winning photographers. In third place is William Schluss, again from Westminster, for Art Appreciation. William favors landscape, cityscape, and marine subjects, and recently, people interacting with art. In second place, we have Maureen Mulrooney from Carentia at Barton Creek with God's Creation, Eastern Black Swallowtail. Maureen said that the colors of this butterfly were so striking that when she found one resting, she had to photograph it before it flew away. In first place is Barbara Dorger from Army Residence Community with Right Time, Right Place. Barbara says she always loved taking candid photos to keep memories alive. As a young mother, her 3 boys were always playfully hiding her camera, but now, as a senior citizen with her iPhone 8 in her pocket, she is always ready for the next great shot. Her advice for taking photos is, don't be afraid, just take the shot. You never know what you will capture. This photo is a display of American determination of spirit during a difficult time in our nation. Congratulations to the winners from the photography category. Now for our penultimate category, we have the painting, oil, and acrylic category. In third place is Mac McDonald from Blue Skies of Texas West with Skipping with Cats and Dogs. Mac says the enthusiasm of the ladies dancing in the rain under the umbrellas is priceless, and the rain being cats and dogs highlights the humor of the setting. In second place, we have Sue Divich from Army Residence Community with Teddy. She created this piece because the grizzly bear is a very symbol of what it is to be wild and free. And in first place is Peggy Klubnick from Carentia at Barton Creek with Creative Expressions. Peggy was inspired in her early 30s to begin painting when she visited her mother and discovered she had started to paint. She went home, bought some paints, and sold her first painting a few months later. California seascapes are her favorite thing to paint, and every trip to California usually includes taking pictures of the beautiful sunsets and crossing waves near Carmel. She continues to use these photos today as inspiration for her seascapes. Congratulations to these winners. Now, for our final category this afternoon, the painting watercolor winners are: third place is Iris Mole from Carentia at Barton Creek for Holland Home. Iris's husband's family is first generation in the USA, and they still visit those still in the Holland area. She says that in many small villages, decorating the entry is very normal and pretty. She asks, "Did you see the wooden shoes on the window ledge?" In second place, we have Elaine Leander from Carentia at Barton Creek with Gothic Reflections. This piece was inspired by a visit to the cloisters in Sea Island, Georgia, where a beautiful sunset was reflected in the Gothic-style windows. And finally, first place is Jack Kenton from Army Residence Community with Dusk at Pensacola Marina. Jack says he has always enjoyed art and drawing. In high school, he got to do a Halloween poster painting on the windows of a local Dairy Queen and thought about art as a career, but went on to study engineering and became a naval aviator. Only after retirement did he do any painting, starting with acrylics, then moving on to watercolors. Jack says he works quietly, and as he does this as a hobby, he works slowly, enjoying the 3 months it took him to finish the marina painting. Many congratulations to the winners of the Painting Watercolor category. I sincerely thank all of you for celebrating with us today and throughout the ArtsInspire week of celebration. To all the artists, thank you for sharing your talents with everyone. We know that you will continue to impress and inspire those around you with your artistic gifts. Thank you again for joining us in this virtual setting, and we hope to see you all back next year to see how the arts inspire ageless creativity.